welcome to Teddy's Universe. Hey, welcome to the universe. Hey, welcome to Teddy's Universe. Part two. Welcome to the Teddy Blackmon Chronicles, and this is just random conversations, random topics, whatever, whenever, spontaneously, planned, routinely, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Part two. Part one was more of an introductory and explanation of why I haven't been creating content as much lately. I uploaded that to YouTube yesterday, and it said my last video posted on YouTube was 9 months ago. Good God. It was last summer. Obviously, I've been posting stuff on other platforms, Instagrams every once in the blue moon, TikTok here and there, but on YouTube, it's been 9 months. So, trying to get back into the thick of things. Y'all gonna get 2 of these in one weekend, which is, woo, got to take it back to my Breaking the Narrative podcast days with Mike and Mark. And sometimes we drop 2 podcasts in 1 week, but now I don't think we never dropped anything in back-to-back days like we're going to get tonight and yesterday. So without further ado, this one probably isn't going to be long as well. Yesterday ended up being 30 minutes, kind of long on my book, but I'll be chronicling today my trip to the 2025 Kite Festival, which took place in Washington, D.C., which was sponsored by Amazon, so shout out Amazon. And the plan before I left the house today was I told myself, I said, self, I am going to take some pictures. I am going to make a vlog. I'm going to vlog today. And I'm going to even set aside some time to go live on TikTok, because that was originally the plan. I was going to go live on TikTok. I feel like 90% of my following on TikTok isn't from this area, so I didn't have the uneasy angst of doxing myself, which is basically pinpointing my location in real time for those that don't know what doxing is. Instagram platform's too big to do that. Not comfortable on there. Facebook would have been the alternative, but also kind of like Instagram, big following on there. Even though I want to say about 75% of the people on Facebook are people from like all my phases of life, current coworkers, old coworkers, family, obviously, friends, people that I went to elementary school with, people that I went to middle school with, high school, met along the way somewhere in life, Maryland, DC, New Jersey, New York, California, Florida, and all these other places that I've been to that I have made acquaintances, friends, and et cetera, et cetera. So without further ado, back to the Kite Festival. This was dope. I attended the Kite Festival last year. This is, I want to say my 3rd or 4th. Might be my 4th Kite Festival. The very first one I attended, I believe, was back in 2019. That was pre-pandemic. Then I did one in 2022, I believe, which was the first one back from the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. I missed the 2023 one because I think it rained that day, and I didn't know that if it rains during the Kite Festival, they push it back to the next day. So instead of that Saturday, it was on a Sunday, and I didn't know until I seen somebody post about it because they were there that Sunday. And obviously, they posted about it mad late, so it was too late to even go there, et cetera, et cetera. So I missed the 2023 one. I attended the one last year, which was 2024, and then I attended today, which was 2025. So the Kite Festival is this humongous event that's held on the grounds right outside the Washington Monument, which is the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and it's an event where everybody from all over, and I really mean everybody from all over because I'm going to get into the details, come from all over the place, and you fly kites. You bring kites. You make kites. They had people making kites. Obviously, Amazon had a big setup there where they were teaching you how to make kites, so you could buy kites. Almost a mini Amazon storefront on deck, as well as other places that were as well as other places who were Lego. They had a stand there just like they did last year. Your lesser known organizations, nonprofit organizations. I can't remember the names off the top of my head that were that was setting up, building kites, giving away kites. Other places were set up. Cinnabon had a stand selling a thing. Chick-fil-A had a stand selling a thing. It was a real festive place. You know what I mean? It was a real festive time. I didn't bring a kite this time, but I got one when I was down there. And I didn't fly too much, at least not this year. But I did enjoy the vibes anyway. Obviously, it's good times. I was down there with Mark, down there with Tyrone. I was trying to get a hold of my bro P Streets. He's heavy into the community work. They were supposed to be giving away kites to kids. Couldn't catch up with them. It was literally a million people down there, and if communication isn't like super sharp, then you'll get lost in the sauce for sure. Um, so yeah, you just go down there, and they had competitions. And I don't know if y'all seen the pictures and videos or whatever from one of my socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Then you would see like I posted the picture or the video. I did both of the gigantic shark kite that they had down there. And when I seen that, I said, yeah, whoever's putting that in the competition, they won because nothing is as noticeable. Nothing is as creative and nothing is as cool as this gigantic ass shark that they are flying in the sky. And it was some ultra creative kites. Off the top of my head, somebody had like a Martin Luther King kite. I thought that was super creative. Um, Somebody had a kite that was basically promoting their socials and the business that they were running. I thought that was pretty cool. Somebody had a kite that was like a blimp or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool too, and it made me wonder like, are blimps even still around? Like, is that still like a thing? I don't know, but it was pretty cool, man, and it was a bunch of dope vibes, and obviously, you got your typical dragon kites. You got they had state flag kites. Maryland was real well represented at this kite festival, by the way. Um, a bunch of Maryland state flag kites. They were people that were entering the contest. They were asking them where they were from. It was people that said they flew out from Nebraska. People that were staying in town. They were from Brazil, Canada. They were from Montana, North Dakota, Florida. It was people from all over at this kite festival. Now, while kite flying is not that serious to me, I understand if it is. You know what I'm saying? And I knew all bucks that I was telling Tyrone and them and Mark and them, I was like, no matter what the competition is outside that gigantic shark, you're not really going to beat the people that's coming from all over the world. Like they taking this a little too serious. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a little too serious. Like I don't know if I'm coming from Brazil to fly kites, but the fact that the person is willing to do that lets me know that he's about business. Um, and there was a guy, I think he said he was from Philadelphia. He had like this, I don't know how to describe this kite, but it's like a ultra aerodynamic kind of kite or whatever. And he was real good at flying the kite. And he also said that he has extensive practice to the point where he could fly this kite indoors with no wind. And so when he said that on the microphone, I'm just like, yeah, you're not gonna beat people that's like mastered the science behind kite flying. Cause me, I'm old school. You know, I grab a kite, you know, you run a few steps and then you let the joint go and you depend on the wind to carry you away. You know what I'm saying? I never thought of the science behind kite flying. And not only have they done it, they mastered it. You know what I mean? So it's like I never really enter the competitions. I'm just down there to vibe, have a good time, get some snacks, enjoy the sights, enjoy the views, laugh and joke with the bros, get some content because I'm back creating content now, and yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So the Kite Festival it goes from about 10:30 in the morning to 6 p.m. Even though there's no official time limit. You can literally stay down there all day if you want to. But I'm guessing all the stands and Amazon and them pack up and get out of here around that time. Also, they had a stage where various musical acts were performing, which I didn't get the names of the bands and stuff this year like I did last year. But obviously, super talented people. It's some super talented, creative, diversified musical acts in this area. I hope they all get noticed. I hope they all get the shine that they deserve. Obviously, a good stepping stone performing at the Kite Festival. A lot of people were tuned in and not just out here, not paying them any mind or anything like that. So whoever that was, keep grinding and do your thing. As far as like the stands go, it was about, I want to say about 20 to 30 stands of kite choices that if you didn't have a kite, you could, purchase one, or they had like little stands where they were making them for the kids, teaching the kids how to fly them and things like that. So it's a pretty cool time, whether you were down there with your family, down there with your significant other. People were down here having picnics. People were down here taking naps, which is a little too comfortable for me, especially in a public area. Not only a public area, but a super crowded public area. Don't know if I'd be that comfortable around. I want to guess and say it was at least 40 to 50,000 people downtown today. Really, really, really was crowded. It was way more people this year than it was last year, and I thought last year was an excellent turnout. But turns out this year was even more so of a great turnout or whatever. People had tents. It was just complete vibes. You know what I'm saying? So definitely looking forward to next year. I might go all out next year. Might give me a fancy kite. I don't know. I might build one from the ground up type stuff. But yeah, definitely think I'm a jump into my bag next year as far as like being creative. And I know I said that last year about this year, but hey, time be flying. Cause I was telling them when we was walking around about to leave or whatever. Um, I was saying like it just felt like so surreal, like how fast a year went past, and I'm already back here at this festival, and it felt like I was just at the one last year. You know what I mean? So time definitely be flying. No complaints here. I had a great time today. If you never been to the Kite Festival, I would encourage you to go. You don't necessarily even have to fly kites. Plenty of people weren't even flying kites. They were just down there. Like I said, Cinnabon had a stand. Chick-fil-A had a stand. Other non, I guess, popular places had stands, and just all types of options and choices. People had their own, like, I forgot what it was called, but they were selling like their own little version of like pretzels and stuff like that. People walking around trying to give you like jewelry and stuff. Hey, I don't know if these is like monk people or something like that. They were just like the monks or whatever. But about 4 or 5 of them walked up to me, was putting these bracelets on my wrist. You know what I'm saying? And saying, "Oh, gift, gift, gift." And I'm thinking it's free, and I'm like, oh, "Okay, thank you." And then they be like, "Oh, a donation." You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, they just kept coming up to me for some reason. Like they wouldn't come up to like Tyrone. They wouldn't come up to like Mark. They would like skip right past them and just keep coming up to me. Like so, it's something about me that like was super appealing. Like I must look like I could be scammed or something. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. So each day, each passing day, I'm starting to understand John Cena a little more and more each day. If you're a wrestling fan and you watch wrestling, you get it. If you know, you know type shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to understand John Cena each day, man. I might gotta follow suit with one last heel turn before it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, great time. Think I'm gonna wrap this up right about now. Just wanted to go into details about it in case somebody wanted to, hear about it. I wasn't able to really catch a clean vlog or whatever, so I'm not going to even try to put that together. Wasn't able to go live. Service was stupid trash. Like I said earlier, disappointed at AT&T kinda, but a lot of people's services was not working down there. So also, the monument is by the White House and all of that. So they do got like the jammers and the signals, the stuff that mess the signals up. That's how they keep people from flying drones, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm guessing that probably has something to do with it as well. But whatever, it is what it is. This is Teddy. Y'all listen to this, like, comment, subscribe, share. Shout out to the people that be supporting. Y'all coming back out the woodworks like I knew y'all would. So I appreciate it. It's gonna be a slow grind back to the point where I was at, but we'll get there eventually. And before I go, last jump I shouted out my bros that was keeping me motivated and telling them how much I was proud of them. And this one, I'm gonna end this by shouting out just people who may be going through something in life right now, and whether you speak on it or not, because I know a lot of people don't like to speak on stuff that they go through. And if you choose to speak on it, that's cool. If you don't, you don't. But shout out to the people that's really like going through things in life, and no matter what, you continue to show up. It takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of bravery. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of, commitment to routine and pattern to continuously show up when you're going through things, whether it be physically, ailments, sicknesses, whether it be mentally, your mind just isn't right, your soul just isn't right, your spirit just not right. But you continue to show up and make shit happen anyway. So shout out to all those people out there that just continue to show up. Keep showing up. Bad shit don't last all the time. Good stuff doesn't last all the time either. It's a balance. It's not a balance, it's just a rotating thing. Can't have good without the bad, can't have bad with the good. With that being said, this is Teddy. I'm signing out. Love y'all. And see y'all, or I guess y'all can hear me on the next one, part 3.